are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So some fans believe that Cardi B and STEF0N will be getting married. Now, Cardi B was on Spaces, and this is what she had to say.
Oh, wow, they have gotten smaller. Like, I literally went from like 160 and I'm really back to like 140, probably like 130 now, 130 some shit now. But I just been, like I said, being mommy, being wifey, but I will be back outside.
So Cardi B said out her own mouth that she would be back outside, and then, she's been kind of laying low, being mommy and wifey. And this is what STEF0N said in a recent interview. He called Cardi B his wife in Spanish. Now, some fans feel like Off the Cheat might go AWOL once he catches this video, which has been going viral everywhere.
Like either these blue or black. Blue?
Patriots, Espanol. Espanol.
You know it.
Gracias. Yo quiero uno más.
Uno más? ¿De
Yeah.
cuál color?
For mi esposa. Actually, give me two.
Okay.
A mini one. A mini one. Mini.
Mini?
Un poquito.
All right. All right, done.
Decent work.
So a lot of the Cardi B fans are gagging over the fact that STEF0N called Cardi B his wife in Spanish when he was asking someone to get him a Patriots hoodie for Cardi B and their newborn baby. Now, Cardi B is still legally married, okay? And I don't think it would be a good idea for her to marry STEF0N so quickly. But she could do what she wants, okay? She's grown. She's a millionaire. So she could marry STEF0N and live with that repercussion. But I don't know. I feel like he's just saying it just to say it. A lot of people do that. Like ASAP, the colorist, do the same thing with Rihanna. They're not married legally. Okay, shacking up and living together, that's not really married if there's no paperwork involved. I personally do not believe in spiritual marriages where, people just say, oh, we're married and it was under God. That's not real to me. But with that being said, a lot of people do that. ASAP, the colorist, was all in court a few years ago. What was that time where he shot ASAP Rally? Well, I think that was last year. He was in court saying Riri was his wife and they not legally married, which he admitted in court. So I feel like they just doing it just to say it. They're just doing that just to say it. It sounds cute to them, wifey, hubby, and they not really legally married. A lot of people do that, okay? I don't see really the issue. I don't think it would be a good idea because she's not divorced from Off the Cheat. And I do believe that Off the Cheat is probably going to make things a lot more difficult for Cardi B if she did marry STEF0N, okay, even after they finalized the divorce. Remember, she said she was fearing for her life. I think she will continue to fear for her life if, she marries STEF0N. Now, moving on to Doja Cat. As we know, Doja Cat is on a global world tour. She's performing overseas, and she will be performing in the U.S. Next year at arena shows. Now, with that being said, Doja Cat will release another project. Yeah, I know V flopped. Y'all didn't support it. But another project will be released. And that will coincide with the V era, but new music for when she performs in the States, which I think is a really good idea for Doja Cat. It's kind of sad that it's no longer about talent anymore. And Doja Cat, even though she's very talented, a lot of the controversies that she's done in the last few years have overshadowed the music. I think that maybe Doja Cat should take a page out of Nicki Minaj's book and consider doing more features, okay? She is planning to do a feature run, which I briefly spoke about a few weeks ago. But it's not just like her working with anybody. Like, we need cultural reset features, okay? We need, like, in 10 years, people are going to be talking about this verse. I don't think Doja Cat has a feature run or any type of features that are like that where people are talking about her verse for years to come. I don't believe that she has that. Now, moving on to Megan Thee Stallion. It has been reported that Lover Girl by Megan Thee Stallion departs from the Billboard Hot 100 chart. The song debuted at number 38 and remained on the charts for 2 weeks. A lot of fans want to know, is she going to be suing her fans for defamation in regards to having her flopping? I guess trying to clown her for obviously the lawsuit that she has with Milagro. But with that being said, allegedly there could be a Lover Girl remix. Now, in response to Stefan Diddy calling Cardi B his wife or wifey, she posted this.
Man, my nigga, my daddy, my baby, dicking me down, needing me, driving me crazy.
But some fans are speculating that there could be a Lover Girl remix with Megan and Cardi B, considering that, no shade, Lover Girl fell off the charts. Okay, so maybe Cardi B can help put it back on the charts. And if you guys remember, Megan Thee Stallion did say, I believe a few months ago, that she will be collaborating with Cardi B in 2026. Because according to her, Cardi B owes her.
Yep. Cardi owed me. Cardi owed me like 2 verses. So I'm definitely going to cash in on my Cardi verses.
Okay? So y'all heard it here. Cardi B owes her 2 verses. Let me know if you guys feel like they about to drop another cultural reset. A lot of people feel like WAP was a cultural reset. Bozos was a flop. But let me know if you guys would be here for it. I don't think that they should do a Lover Girl remix. I believe that they should let Lover Girl go, because there's a reason why it flopped. You know, you do remixes when a song is hot. When a song is flopping, to save it with a remix ain't gonna really help it, in my opinion. I think that instead of that, they should do a whole new song. Now, moving on from that, a lot of fans have been noticing that Queen B has been constantly showing up to the Brandy and Monica tour supporting Kelly. She's even been showing up to the rehearsals. There's been, pictures circulating that she has been at the rehearsals, I guess allegedly giving Kelly Rowland some pointers in regards to how to really perform. Okay, now let me know if you guys have been to the Brandy and Monica tour. I have not. I don't know. I felt like going to Brandy and Monica's tour would kind of be not a waste of time, but it's not like they have new music. I don't want to really listen to music from, no shade, 10, 20 years ago. Okay, I know Brandy put out an album in 2022, but I'm talking about her classics are from 20 plus years ago. Let's be very clear. But allegedly, Queen B is thinking about doing a reunion with Destiny Childs. There's been a lot of speculation for years about Destiny Childs possibly doing a reunion, and Queen B is heavily thinking about it. The only issue is that Matthew Knowles owns the trademark for the Destiny Child's name. Beyonce doesn't own it. Kelly or Michelle do not own it. Is Matthew Knowles who owns the trademark for the Destiny Child's name. And Queen B doesn't want Matthew to be calling the shots for Destiny Childs. He's one of the main reasons why they broke up. Okay. He wasn't sleeping with Kelly and Michelle, but allegedly he was sleeping with one of the other members that used to be on Destiny Childs, which Queen B is not really cool with. Numbers is the reason why Kelly Rowland got dropped from Columbia, because she didn't have the numbers. And it's really no shade. Okay, and she was doing better than Scratch Off, but of course, Kelly, she dark skinned. She don't got a BBL like Scratch Off and Doja Cat, so they can flop and still be on a label, but they not signed to Columbia no way. So let me know how you guys would feel about a collaboration or an album by Destiny Childs in a tour. I just need a tour. I really don't need an album. Now, Hallelujah or GloRilla, whatever you guys call her, she decided to tease a new song that she plans to be dropping at Flognog. And let me know how y'all feel about it.
Hold on, hold on. You know I'm special, 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 special like my name, Kate. Fresh as hell, this game day. Glory, hallelujah. No other bitch got this name.
Now, I do think GloRilla is special. She's definitely special ed, because that was trash. Now, I'm going to give Glo the benefit of the doubt, okay? I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt because I do consider her to be the princess. So she got one strike, okay? But this was absolutely, positively trash, okay? Like, this was garbage. This is the best you can do, okay? Maybe you need to go get some writers. But this was worse than when you sampled Keisha Cole and that song flopped. Remember she did that song sampling Keisha Cole? That song was trash and flopped. Okay, this is worse than that. So I'm going to need GloRilla to get back in the booth and bring us some heat. Please. Now, what the hell is Porsha doing? She popped out with a stud randomly. Okay, so now that she got divorced twice in a row, she wants to bump coochies now. Okay, she's moving on to the other side. I personally think that this could be a stunt, a PR stunt for Porsha Williams, who was on the reality show Real Housewives of Atlanta. She might be using this as a storyline. So one thing I know about Porsha is that she do a lot of the antics. I like Porsha. I think she's definitely entertaining. I do think she should continue to be on the show. There are other castmates that probably need to go, like Shamia. I don't think she should be returning. But the point of the matter is, Porsha does a lot of stuff for clout. Okay? And I think that this is a PR relationship for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, that's what I think. I think it's a PR relationship. I don't really feel like she want coochie like that. I think that she's only doing this because she might have trouble getting a man to be on the show. I don't think she has trouble getting a man. I think she has trouble getting a man to be on the show to play her boyfriend. So with that being said, I think that this is a chop. I will have to give Porsha 50,000 lashes for this fake PR stunt of a relationship. I don't believe that this is organic at all. And if you guys also remember, if you watched last season, a lot of people were saying that Porsha didn't really have a storyline last season because she couldn't really talk about her and Simon's divorce. I don't know if she was on a gag order, but she didn't really talk about her divorce last season, even though it was relevant at the time. Okay, so that's another reason why I think that this is PR, because all of a sudden now you're in a relationship and this is a relationship you probably can talk about on TV versus for whatever reason last season she wasn't really going into detail about her divorce with Simon. She would say little things here and there, but she wasn't really spilling the tea like people thought she would. And also she really couldn't film in her house that her and Simon shared together. So again, it's giving PR. Now, moving on from that, Olandria. Oh my goodness, girl. She can't catch a break. I feel bad for Olandria right now. She cannot catch a break. Nick is always doing something. So fans have peeped that, you know, he went out clubbing or to an event and he has some blondes with him. Okay. Who I guess a lot of fans believe that's his type. Now, with that being said, a fan noticed that he hasn't liked any of Alandria's recent posts. And he liked this girl's post. I don't know her name, but I guess she was in Vegas with him. And he liked her post from his main account and his alleged DJ account. Now, you know, the Nick and Olandria fans, they do not play about Olandria. Fans said the concept of following a girl you just met on both your DJ page and your main page, then liking her post from both pages, that's y'all king though. Here's the thing, you know, he was a little bit close with a few blondes in Vegas. You know, maybe they're his friends from way back when, we don't know. But like I've said plenty of times before, I don't think that this relationship is going to last. Okay? I feel as though, again, it's a maturity thing. You know, I feel like he doesn't take into consideration of how things will be perceived. And that is based on maturity. When you put your feelings aside and think about how this is going to affect the other person, that is based on maturity. And I don't think he has that yet. He's only 24, 25 years old. So, you know, he might have a brain of an 18-year-old, okay? A maturity level of a 16-year-old, okay? So, in my opinion, I don't think that this relationship is going to last. I actually think that if there weren't so many eyes on them, because a lot of people want them to break up, you know, they do have a lot of haters. If it wasn't so many eyes on them, if they were like the other couples like Pepe and Iris, they would have been broke up already and probably remained friends. But there's a lot of eyes on them. So I believe because there's so many eyes on them, it makes them want to stand together and kind of see things through. Because they don't want to give the people the haha, I told you so. They don't want to give people that. You know, there's going to be a lot of people that'll be like, oh, haha, I told y'all it wasn't going to work. Oh, they faked it, blah, blah, blah. So they know that's going to happen. So I think that they're really trying to make it work. But I just don't think it is going to work. I feel like there's a difference between how Alandria moves and how he moves. And I don't feel like they're one. You know, I don't care what people say on social media. I just feel like their energy, especially Orlandria's energy, is given like, I really wish I could be single right now. That's what her energy gives to me right now. But anyway, I got some hot tea on Nicki Minaj, Sydney Sweeney, Zendaya on Patreon. Link would be in the description. I hope you guys have a great day.